Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Liz. I'm a YouTube business coach, and in today's video, I want to do something a little bit different. Today, I want to talk to you about the difference between investing in YouTube coaching, a YouTube course, or in done-for-you YouTube services. Now, whether you are an online coach or consultant, and maybe Instagram's getting a little stale and you're looking to explore YouTube a bit, or if you're brand new to YouTube, maybe even haven't even started a channel yet, but you're looking to try and develop a business from it, then depending on where you are in your journey, one or more of these options could be the best for you. So let's dive in. So let's start with YouTube courses. They're one of the most common things that you'll find out there. These courses will go over things like keyword research, the basics of your tech setup, so like your camera, your audio, your lighting. Most of the time, they'll reiterate how you can get away with literally just a window light and a cheap $30 mic, as well as your smartphone. They'll also cover the things that are really basic for newbies. So how to actually upload your video onto the YouTube platform. They'll talk about the basics of editing maybe. So a few little tips and tricks potentially if you have a really good course. They'll talk about the options that are available to you on the YouTube platform. So things like creating playlists, being able to use info cards and end screens. So they'll cover all of the basics, even the basics of understanding your back end, so your YouTube creator studio, being able to understand the different metrics that you have available to you and how they work. They'll even talk about ways that you can sort of gauge how well your channel is doing by looking at your subscriber count, by comparing the performance of your videos to your last videos, being able to see your retention graphs, your watch time, basic analytics. A lot of these options are also already shown to you by YouTube through the YouTube Studio. They have great tutorials. They also have like a YouTube Academy where you can learn about the basics of these options as well. So if you literally know nothing about YouTube, nothing at all whatsoever, then a course is definitely a great way to start and get the ball rolling. The only drawback with courses is that they're courses, so they're not individualized to any of your specific needs. And usually the information that's provided in them is very generic. It's very just cookie cutter information that's provided across the board. It doesn't account for what you as an individual are trying to do with YouTube. It's telling you what has worked for most people in the past and how you can fit yourself into that equation. But when we're dealing with people who want to create businesses off of their YouTube channels, who aren't going to easily go viral because maybe they're doing content that lights them up and not just producing content to chase popular keywords, that can get really tricky because you find yourself figuring out if you need to sacrifice your content to chase keywords, to be able to get to that growth. And then typically the type of support that you receive in these courses are usually large community groups, maybe a Facebook group or something of that kind, where you're seeing people who may be going viral randomly, and then you're forced to sort of endure watching that and thinking that you're doing something wrong. The course creator doesn't often step in to really help make it a teachable moment. They're really just there to help fuel the testimonial machine that'll bring more people into the course. So if you're just looking for the basic level of information, most of which you can honestly find for free on YouTube anyways, then YouTube courses is really where most people start. Now, what happens is that once they start in YouTube courses, they tend to go in a few different directions. They either quit and give up because they're given cookie cutter information that really doesn't help them or serve them, or they just continue to try and endure and keep going as best they can, questioning themselves the whole way through, always wondering if they're actually doing something right or wrong. This is where YouTube coaching steps in. This is where you can finally start to unlearn a lot of the BS that was shoved down your throat in these courses and in a ton of free YouTube content, and where you can really start to understand how you can make YouTube actually work for you and your business. Entrepreneurs don't often think to consider this route. To be honest, there aren't a ton of YouTube coaches actually talking about the real struggles of YouTube out there and how to actually overcome them to build your businesses, because it's not popular, it's not sexy, it's not picking up on the algorithm just yet. I'm sure eventually it will. But with YouTube coaching, you can really start to unpack all of the different expectations you have around your channel growth, around what you expect your channel growth to do for your business. You start to really see how the two aren't really connected, because you can really attract aligned clients for your business at any subscriber count. It doesn't matter. So you begin to actually focus more on the view. You start to notice the importance of reaching that one individual person instead of always trying to hit the right keywords that you can attract the masses. And this is a really hard process to unlearn, because that way of YouTube has just been shoved down our throats for so long. It's really hard to disconnect yourself from the idea that if I don't hit thousands of people with each of my videos, and I can't attract just one aligned client. And that doesn't make any sense. I mean, think about regular brick and mortar businesses, or just businesses out in the real world. If you were a coach or consultant and you had the opportunity to speak in front of a live audience of about 30 people every single week, would you really think that it was impossible for you to get at least just one aligned client out of that? So then why is it that we think that it's completely impossible in the YouTube space when it's not? I've had people who have reached out to me about what I was doing and what I was offering back when I had less than 50 subscribers. I didn't sign anyone back then because I had no idea what the heck I was doing in terms of business. But the point is that it's possible. And when you see that it can happen, even when you don't even know what you're doing, then it really just showed you the possibility of what YouTube can do for your business. So with YouTube coaching, you're really getting aligned, personalized help for your specific needs. For my one-on-one programs, I specifically work with Black women and women of color because we have very specific issues when it comes to showing up on social media and speaking our truths and rejecting a lot of this capitalist white supremacist nonsense that's been shoved down our throat about how we should operate our businesses and how we should be growing our YouTube channels. It's a lot that we have to unpack, and so that's why we need that specialized attention. But YouTube coaching is really where you can really start to find the peace and the comfort of staying in your own lane, being comfortable with your growth, not being afraid to not quantum leap, and know that you will get to your goals and reach the people that you need to reach at the exact right time. So if you're still struggling to attract aligned clients, then a YouTube course just is not going to cut it for you, because it's not going to show you how to build community. It's not going to show you how you should be focusing on creating content that deeply serves your audience. It's not going to show you how business is not linear, and it'll create a ton of stumbling blocks that YouTube coaching will help you to overcome. And last but certainly not least, done for you YouTube services. Now, who would not want a team to handle the entire process of creating your videos? I mean, that would certainly free up a ton of time off of my schedule. But these done-for-you services might be able to pick out your keywords, might be able to help you edit your videos, might take care of uploading so you don't even have to worry about it. You literally just sit, talk, and you're done. But your team, these done-for-you service consultants, they're not going to be the ones that attract aligned clients to you. It's going to be your content. So this extra work that you're trying to avoid is not directly responsible for you getting clients. What's directly responsible for you attracting clients is your content, your message, how you're actually serving others, how you're actually building community. And your team is not going to be able to do that for you. You still have to create community on your own, to be responsive to people, to listen to what it is that they need so that you can provide help for them. So having these done for you services are super helpful when you already have a clear message, you already have a mature business, that you're already attracting clients without any problems whatsoever, and you're just looking to expand. And maybe instead of using ads, you want to save some of that money and go into YouTube. And using a team will definitely help you to really get that engine going and running for you. If you're unsure if you need a YouTube course, coaching, or done-for-you services, then come find me on Instagram at The Other Liz Walker. Shoot me a DM and I'd be happy to help you figure it out. My one-on-one clients not only get the benefit of personalized support to empower them in their YouTube and business growth, but they also get access to my course Views to Clients, where I give them the fundamentals of what they need to know about YouTube minus the fluff. If you know that you need this type of support, then there are spots available in my one-on-one program. You can use the link below in the description box to apply. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you have any questions or what stood out for you the most. And if you'd like a sneak preview of what my coaching philosophy looks like, then check out this video over here. Hint, it's all about the mindset. Bye.